And final is up for grabs. Quite often, these are the best games of the year. So much at stake. And a shot at premiership glory is so close you can reach out and touch it. Here's a look at the Melbourne Storm. And a look at their lineup for tonight. They're getting into a quick huddle before they run out to a sellout crowd here at Amy Park. There's the Roosters coach Trent Robinson with his coaching staff, Justin Holbrook and Matt King in behind him. And there's a look at the Roosters. They'll be up for this one, that is for sure. It has the makings of being a finals blockbuster. Some of the biggest stars on show. Munster, Pappenhausen, Hughes up against Tedesco, Manu and Crichton. And as James Bracey said, one of the biggest stars of them all, Paul Vaughton, is here.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be here. And, you know, 2 hours' time, we'll know who the first team is for the big dance next Sunday, grand final day. Is this a record, packed out? Has this ever been packed out before, Cam?
A couple of times, Fatty. Yeah, a couple of times. 2015 prelim, actually, against the Cowboys on that occasion. Hopefully there's a different result. We got beat that night. But, yeah, wonderful crowd. Beautiful, beautiful evening here in Melbourne as well.
There's about 8 Roosters fans here. I think they're outnumbered.
It's a great atmosphere. It was sensational. The streets around Amy Park seeing the flood of purple heading towards Amy Park. There's a real air of anticipation around Amy Park tonight for this one.
I'm only here for one reason. I want to see Nelson Asafa Solomona run into Jared Warrior-Hargreaves.
Oh.
Only reason I came down, I want to see that live.
Well, it's going to happen in a couple of minutes.
How good.
This first kickoff. It could be fireworks. Now, what a matchup that is.
Could be fireworks.
Could be.
There will be.
There will be. There he is there, the man himself.
Yeah, that man, he has set the bar for prop forward play for the last 10 years, Jared.
He's playing his 24th finals match tonight. Jared Warrior-Hargreaves, what a player, what a warrior. This Roosters team will be fired up after returning to form last week with an impressive victory over Manly, and here come the Roosters, and there is a couple of Roosters fans around making their presence felt. And one man, Cam, that could well break this game wide open tonight is, as the fireworks go off over Amy Park, is Joey Manu, that man on screen.
Well, he's a world-class centre, isn't he? Played a bit of full-back, played a bit of 5'8" as well, so he's got that versatility about his game, and I can only imagine we're going to see plenty of touches from him tonight.
Here come the Storm, and we will listen to the roar. What a reception for the home team. The captain, Harry Grant, leading out his side. 100 first-grade games for Harry Grant and Paul Cameron Munster. He was brilliant in week 1 of the finals against the Sharks.
Yeah, he's just brilliant. Every week he plays, and he's had a bumper season. He's finished off really well. He's really running nicely. He's putting plenty of steps into his plenty of footwork, and his ball plays excellent. So he's one of their big guns, the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah, that's off the back of that serious groin injury that he had too. Remember at the start of the year where there was a lot of doubt around his season. Look at that man there, Nelson Asafa Solomona. Will try and impose himself on this game from this first kickoff.
Storm v the Roosters, ready to shake the foundations of Amy Park. This place is rocking. There might be a grand final across the road tomorrow, but all of Victoria are cheering on the Storm tonight. The grand final qualifier is underway. Enjoy the ride over the course of the next couple of hours on your home of finals footy, Nine's wide world of sports.
Oh.
And there's the first collision.
Let go, Ellie! Stand up. Oh.
Lindsay Collins hit hard, and he's played the ball the wrong way. He's groggy here. Yeah. Hang on, he's not in a good way, Lindsay Collins.
Well, there's a penalty. There's a penalty, Salty. High contact to the Roosters.
Hang on a second.
We'll just see if that
time off.
If it stays the way it is, just as a penalty.
Not well.
He wasn't well at all.
At this stage.
Ooh.
Yeah, wait.
Okay, well, we've seen decisions
Nelson.
on these all year. Referee Grant Atkins, he's called Nelson out straight away.
Well, this could be 10 in the bin for Nelson
It's on report. Moderate force.
Wow.
No negation.
And it is. 10 minutes in the sin bin, 18 seconds into the game, a sensation.
He's quite bemused by that action. What did I do wrong?
And it's just so hard in the modern game now to get those tackles right. You're trying to make an impact for your side, as in go down on that first hit up of a game, prelim final, high stakes football.
Yeah.
And you just get it slightly wrong with your contact. Now we hope Lindsay Collins is okay. That's a big blow for the Storm.
He's come from the field,
On the
Lindsay
line.
Collins.
Hold it, wait. Hold.
Early
Hold.
change, early drama. Suoli'i. He's forced back. Good tackle there by Katoa.
Wait. Go 1 yardie.
Kiri goes in the dummy half. Ria Hargreaves. So he's without
Move, Harry.
his front row partner,
Hold.
Lindsay Collins. Here's another
You're around
penalty.
the ball and you worked it out.
Yeah, popped out.
You're around the ball the whole time and you work it out at the
He
end.
lost control of the football there, Jared, but I think it might have been Harry Grant over the ball, and the referee said he's forced it loose. What a start this is for the Roosters.
Back here. Hold.
Huge
Hold.
opportunity
Wait.
early on.
Go, yeah.
Suoli'i with the tap. Kiri gives it to JWH.
Move now. Hold.
Watson
Wait.
goes in the dummy
Hold.
half.
Wait. Go. 1.
Radley,
Move now.
28 away from the Storm
Wait.
line.
Hold. Wait. Go 2.
Now Smith to Tedesco, short to Tupanua. Good tackle,
Release
down low,
it.
Bloor. Munster
Back here,
over the
wait.
top.
Hold. Stand up. Go 3.
Smith into the line, then passing on the bounce. Suoli'i gets away from Meaney. Tries to get away from Hughes. Good run by Suoli'i. 10 away from the line. 2 tackles left in this set for the Roosters. Kiri kicking. Now, it will be a
Turn around,
penalty.
spun around,
Crichton
took him out.
taken out as he was chasing that
You
kick.
can challenge it.
Yeah.
You can challenge it.
And I agree with this. He played at the player,
I understand
nowhere
it's
near
not
the ball,
There's 3 penalties already.
and he took him
and
out.
just stop for a second. First one's a clear high tackle. Second one's a strip. That's a takeout. You're giving me no option here.
If they take the 2, we're going to the break,
Yes.
guys.
So Jerome Hughes, no.
We're going to go to the break.
Back on the line.
They're going to take the 2.
No, they're not, are they? Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he's already pointed the post.
In a break? Yeah. We're in a break. Fucking hell, what a start.
Wow.
Jesus. Hey, Pete, that 2019 preliminary final, Roosters Storm, first tackle of the game.
Takiaho.
And Solomona was Indian Cat 1.
Yeah.
Right, first tackle of the game.
Sydney cricket ground.
They-
And they beat us.
Yep. Staying here after the kick, Salty.
Staying on?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
It has been all the Roosters off the back of 3 penalties inside 3 minutes.
Yeah, so you just see Jerome Hughes had no intention of going for the ball and just simply took him out. Yeah, it's all right, Trent. It's a penalty.
I think they were asking for 10 in the bin. Professional foul. They wanted another one in there. Well, what a start this has been for the Roosters. If Suoli'i can throw this one over.
It's not a gimme. He's been striking them really well, and it's there. Roosters with an early lead. We've already got some breaking news, Danica.
Yes, in some news on Lindsay Collins. So when he came off, they did classify it as Category 2, but they have just upgraded it to Category 1. So that means he's ruled out for the remainder of the game. But also this could have huge ramifications going forward, because it is now likely that he'll be ruled out for the grand final if the Roosters do make it. So if he was to play, he'd have to get a doctor to overrule that decision.
Thank you, Danica.
Stay behind.
Well, with that Category 1 concussion in the protocols with Lindsay Collins, there could be more ramifications too for, as we see that hit up there from JWH
Harry,
for
Trent,
Nelson
move.
Asova Solomona if the
He's
Storm
10.
were to go
Hold.
through.
Wait. Go, come back. Thanks, mate. 1.
Young. Strong run from the English winger.
Stand up, wait.
Gets to the 30.
Milking. Go,
So,
two.
Salt, that would mean the 18th player now gets activated, and that player is Zach Docker
Josh
Clay.
up, Trent back. Hold, wait.
Yeah, not a like for like. He plays a utility / dummy half role. There he is there on screen.
They do have did have 4 specialist forwards on the bench.
Mark square,
Interesting to see how Nat
Go.
Butcher and Terrell May
Nothing
are
late.
used tonight. Keary with a kick. And for the first time tonight, the Melbourne Storm are going to have the football through Xavier Coates, who's hit hard.
Stand up, hold.
Driven back by some stinging defence from Tupanua. Howarth
Stand
gets beyond the
now.
20.
Hold.
Young was in the tackle
Wait.
along with Manu. Pappenhausen a dummy half.
Strong. Release.
Tough yards here for Melbourne. And their opening set of the night.
Victor off.
12 short of the
Square,
halfway
hold.
line.
Wait. Go
2
forward.
tackles left in the set. Liero, that's solid contact from
Forward,
Crichton.
let go.
1-on-1 before
Mark
Lenu
square.
came in to help
Hold.
finish off the
Wait.
tackle.
Go back. Nothing late, Joe. Outside, let go. Someone clear him.
Hughes with the kick. Tupou underneath it.
10. Hold. Release. Go 1. Out of the way there, Ellie. Dropping.
All right, let's take your
Stand
sideline.
now.
Billy Slater's
Hold.
down there
Wait.
for us. What a start to this contest, Billy.
Yeah, very eventful start, hasn't it been, Salty? The Melbourne Storm,
Hold.
let's not forget, they
Wait.
haven't played for 14 days, so it's been 2 weeks since they've taken the field. 5 minutes into the contest, they've found themselves behind on the scoreboard and down to 12 men for the opening 10 minutes, so they haven't got the advantage early. On top of that, the conditions are certainly favouring the Roosters. The wind is coming from the southeast, just behind the Roosters in this first half. It's been a beautiful day, but it's nice and crispy, so a little bit of dew on the ground as well.
Play on, he's okay.
What a chase there from Crichton.
He's
Now,
wait.
We've seen eventful starts in finals between these two teams before, Cam. You played in a game where
Move.
Nelson Asafa Solomona and Takiaho from the Roosters, there was sin bins, and that was the opening tackle of the game.
Opening tackle, yeah, on that occasion.
Connor off. Back
We
up.
received the
Josh
ball. The
out
Melbourne
wide.
Storm received the ball from a
Go
kickoff.
straight,
And Siwa Takiaho and Big Nelson Asafa Solomona, they collided.
Back here,
A little bit of push and
Wait.
shove.
Go forward.
A couple of little jabs thrown, and they both went to the bin on that occasion. So
Strong.
very
Release.
similar circumstances tonight.
Spencer.
2019 at the SCG, there's Nelson on the bike,
Play on.
and there's a kick. Crowd thought that there was a late hit. All legal, says referee Grant Atkins. There's some feeling in this one, as you would expect. So much at stake.
Go one, Josh.
The first of our grand final qualifiers. Young gets away from Howarth. Young, if he winds up, he's hard to
Oh,
stop.
Harry Grant
Back here.
just got the bootlaces.
Go 2. Run 10.
Sandon Smith,
Off now.
as we saw in one of the finals last week with Kennedy and an ankle tap on Scott Drinkwater. Those little moments make up finals. Here's Radley storming onto the ball.
Release in.
He stopped,
Get up.
13 away from the line.
Get up.
That was Harry Green again. Try saver.
Keary running into the line. King with the tackle. Last play, Roosters. Which way does Watson go? Goes to the left. It's with Smith. Smith, lovely pass to Ali'i. Out to Tupou. And Tupou scores in the corner. The tricolour's on fire early.
Well, aren't they? And they've taken advantage of having that one extra player on the field, Nelson Asafa Solomona. He's still got a couple of minutes in the sin bin to serve. But it was that first little play out to their right side where they went through a couple of wide passes and away they went. Harvey Norman replay. This was that desperate tackle there, or the clip around the ankles by Harry Grant. But from that moment on, they were on the back foot, the Melbourne Storm. Here's Victor Radley. He put another little dent in them. And just watch his pass here when they shift the ball out to the left. Just a nice little play out the back, a little cutout pass. Suali'i, no looker to his man on the wing. What a try. That's a hot start by the Roosters, Fatty.
Yeah, well, against 12, they had to make the most of it, and they've done that. That no looker, what a ripper that was. Just one man short, you can see that. They were stretched, and the Roosters capitalised, and that's what they got to do. Billy?
Yeah, a couple of big plays from Sandon Smith. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about no Sam Walker at the back end of this year. Sandon Smith jumped into that 7 role, threw a beautiful pass to Suoliti that created the overlap. Nick Meaney come up out of the line. You see the 7 there. Sandon Smith just drilled the ball straight across Tedesco. Suoliti drawing pass. That'll be a confidence booster for the young man.
Try confirmed. Joseph Akuso Suoliti now to convert. Daniel Tupou's 21st try of the season. Trent Robinson liked that one. The crowd at Amy Park stunned by this early onslaught by the Roosters. Physical last week against Manly, and they brought the physicality again tonight. Suoliti taking his time here. Taking a long time, in fact. Penny for the thoughts there of Craig Bellamy. Suoliti from the touchline. It holds its line off the upright. No goal.
How many in a row was that going to be?
Not that many, because he's kicked the ball at Allianz, but nowhere else. He's hopeless everywhere else.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. He got 29 in a row at Allianz.
Yeah. Fuck, that helps.
Nelson's going to come on.
That's a big
early here, guys.
That's a big one.
Fair difference between 8 and 6 now. Stay on!
Nelson Asofa Solomona will be back on the field very soon.
Oh.
Contact, yeah.
And we're about to be 13 on 13.
Wait! Go, 1.
Well, I said before, Cam, a penny for the thoughts of Craig Bellamy. What would he be thinking, the Storm coach?
Well, I think he would have been a little bit disappointed with the start there, the 3 consecutive penalties, but I don't think there's any real reason to panic at the moment. It's 6 points, and I'm sure the Melbourne Storm, they're a patient footy side. They'll work their way into it.
Hold! Wait!
Roosters on their own 30. Here's Crichton. Straight and hard. Katoa is in the tackle. Last play. Sandon Smith with the kick.
Right now.
It's taken on the 20 and already up beyond the 30 is Xavier Coates.
He's 10. Hold.
Howard. Energetic Melbourne Storm centre. Terrific season. Pappenhausen scheming, but driven back and did well to hold on to the ball in the end. It was there in one hand. Here's Nelson. Into Roosters territory go Melbourne.
Time off.
Solomon is staying down here.
Well, he's holding his shin.
Tackle 4, Nelson.
Right ankle or right shin.
Mate, I didn't see it live, but it might be. Yeah. That's a hip drop.
We've got to look at Victor Radley here.
That's a hip drop.
Okay.
Does he get him at the end, though? What? Maybe the first bit I agree with, maybe the second part of it.
Grant Atkins there. He's getting word from the bunker. On report, it's going to stay 13 on 13.
It's dangerous action, that.
Will be a penalty to Melbourne. And a chance for the Storm to
Not this part,
go on the attack.
That part.
Yeah, just got his leg caught awkwardly. It wasn't a lot of intent in that. There was no intent actually from Victor Radley.
I hate that. I hate that hip drop thing. What I'm saying is, you make a tackle from behind at some stage to get him on the ground. The weight of you has to be on the back of the legs. It just has to be. That's what a tackle is. And I know it looked awkward, but honestly, stop it.
Opportunity now for Melbourne. 20 metres away from the Roosters line. This is their best chance of the night. Liero plays it. Set restart. Grant to dummy half. Munster gives it to King. That's a strong charge from King. The former Knight will play it. Grant, the Sofa Solomona, winding up. 3 of them there in the tackle. And a late offload. It's with Meaney. Good tackle in the end. Tupanua had to be made. Grant goes to Blore. Blore wrapped up. Set, restart again. Back-to-back 6 again for the Storm. Munster. Now Hughes. Pappenhausen slips through the defence. And the Storm are on the board to the roar of the crowd.
Yeah, great play. Melbourne Storm, and Nelson made a big run. He made a really good run straight to the sticks. And in the end, look, they're a classy team. They're such a wonderful team, the Melbourne Storm, when they've got the ball in their hands. And the Harvey Norman replay, this is actually like a training drill. Bang, bang. And unfortunately, Angus Crichton wasn't up to the tackle on Pappenhausen and they scored.
Well, they just find space so easily, don't they, the Melbourne Storm? Had a couple of set restarts, which helped. A couple of big carries, Josh King first, then Nelson and Sofa Solomona. They worked at the one side of the field, and their whole spine, the key position plays, they set up out to their right. Quick exchange of passes. And then Pappenhausen, the speedster, he just found that space, the mismatch against the back rower. Billy?
Yeah, it was a foot race, wasn't it, Cam? It was a foot race between Angus Crichton and Ryan Pappenhausen. Key position players touch the football and then create the foot race. The mismatch and the speed won. Ryan Pappenhausen. They've settled the Storm. They're back to 13 on 13. It's 4-6 on the scoreboard. Nick Meaney's got a kick to level it up. They've just settled a little bit, Melbourne.
And this kick from Nick Meaney is to see him become, if he converts, the second Melbourne Storm player in the history of the club to register 100 goals for the season. He's on 99 for the year. Striking the ball very well of late has Nick Meaney, and he guides that one through. Another record you don't have on your own anymore.
Oh, fuck. He's still got the record. Fuck me. He's still got the record. So far.
James! James! On the mark.
6-6 Storm and the Roosters. Ryan Pappenhausen with the try. Nick Meaney with the conversion. And for those playing along at home, the other Melbourne Storm player to...
Matt Geyer.
Matt Orford.
The great Cameron Smith.
Move now, Dom! Hold! Wait! Go
100
one.
goals for the season. So, while it was all the Roosters early, look at that, the last 5 sets, the Melbourne Storm is king. Wrapped up by Maria Hargreaves and Crichton. And on him too long, penalty Melbourne.
Another penalty. So, and just on that try, by the way, they did get 3 set restarts. And it's so hard for teams these days. I know the easiest part now on the field is that 10-metre zone in front of your own post, right? But when you've got 14, 15, 18 tackles in a row, it's just so much harder.
What about that touch finder? And Melbourne can go on the attack through Katoa.
Move! He's 10, hold!
Great field position for the home side. Grant to dummy half. Liero with a dummy to Sofa Solomona. Tackle down low.
Angus! Go to Angus!
Grant to Munster, showing it. Now passing. Howarth. He's got the defence backpedaling. 9 away from the line. Melbourne looking to go back-to-back. Grant standing at first receiver. Lets Liero go. Goes to King. King now wrapped up. Oh, no, he's not. Offload. Back to Grant. Goes to Munster. Fighting with Sandon Smith. And Smith makes the tackle along with Tupanua. Grant. Blore. Offload. Back to Grant. Deft little kick. And the Roosters have got it.
Oh, I don't know. That was the play. It was a deft little kick, but not deft enough. And in the end, the Roosters dived on it. I mean, he just had to go through the hands. There was space there.
Stand up. Hold. Hold. Go 2.
Quick to react there on that little kick was Jared Ria-Hargreaves.
Up now.
There's
Hold.
Tupou
Wait.
playing it.
Go 3.
Oh, juggle as they look to shift.
Let go. Back here,
Recovered
hold.
well,
Go
did
4,
Keary.
1, 4.
Crichton a dummy half. Now to Desco. Into the line and smashed by
Harry
Bloor and
Waker.
Asafa Solomona.
Nothing late on him.
Smith with the kick. That's a great defensive set from Melbourne. Pappenhausen takes it, gets beyond his own 30, will get beyond the 40. Oh, but he's hit hard by
Stand
Crichton.
now. Hold.
Statement
Hold.
tackle from the Roosters. Second rower, Warbrick.
Move now. Back here. Back here. Hold. Get up.
Just short of the halfway line. The pace of this
Release.
game.
Look for me. Hold.
The
Wait.
hits as
Go
well.
3. Spencer.
We expected a terrific contest. It's exactly what we're getting.
Oh.
And there's Katoa jolted in the tackle of Crichton and Suoliti.
Wait. Go 4.
Hughes down a short side, steps away from Crichton, tries a flick pass. It comes out forward, and the Roosters have got it. There's a couple of errors now from Melbourne.
Yeah, come off the right foot there. That lethal right foot of his, Jerome Hughes. And I think he was actually looking for just a one-handed offload on the inside.
Back in the middle. Hold. Go 1.
The Roosters play, would you see this replay here? I think he tried to offload on the inside, and the ball come loose from the hit from Suoliti.
Hold. Release. Hold. Go 2. Out of there, Cameron. 2.
Tupanua.
Josh off. Back here, Ellie.
King was in the
Hold.
tackle along with
Go 3
Grant.
now. Nelson.
Tedesco or Munster almost with an intercept. It ends up there with Young. And look who's there to tackle him again, Harry Grant.
Hold. Get up. Go 4.
Watson. Ria-Hargreaves.
5. Jared off. No more.
3 Storm defenders in there. Sean Bloor was left lying on the ground. He's okay though. That pass goes to nobody. But there's a penalty
no
here. Is
effort
there
to
an
get
arm
out of the
coming
ruck.
in?
You stood right in the
No,
way.
I think it's on
Made
Josh
no effort
King,
and
but
forced a bad
he's
pass.
saying that there was an opportunity for him to clear the ruck, but he just stood there. Now I guess he's really trying to make it hard for Connor Watson to pass the ball from dummy half here, but so he
You gotta get out.
played a bit of cat and mouse there.
Hold. Jack White. Hold.
What it does provide is an opportunity for the Roosters as Smith goes to Ria-Hargreaves. 20 away from the Storm line. Watson in the dummy half. Goes to Keary. Keary goes to Lenu. Spencer's tackled. Watson, no markers. He takes off. Opportunity now for Watson. Drifts across field looking for a runner. And it ends up now with Meany, and the Storm have got it.
Well, it was a great play the ball from Spencer Lenu. Connor Watson, he did his job as dummy half. He got out, quick play the ball. He was looking for runners, and everyone was just standing back, just going, well, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Hold. White.
And he was chased down by a Melbourne Storm defender, and his back turned to him. That's an opportunity going begging. You see here, scheming. Where's my runners? Where's my runners? And Katoa knocks it out.
There's a quick play the ball from the Storm. Hughes. Good tackle, Crichton.
Back here, left.
Grant kicks into the corner. It's a very good kick. Tedesco has it. The Roosters will be made to work it out from the corner of the ground. These are going to be tough yards now for the Roosters. Tupou hit hard. There's some strong defence from King. Asafa Solomona there to finish him off. Around the shoulder, you heard from Grant Atkins. Ria-Hargreaves coming from the field. Suoliti played on his own 30. Keary kicking from inside the 40. Pappenhausen comfortably gets across. Goes to Warbrick.
Well, they've gone for a couple of early kicks tonight, the Roosters, but I wouldn't say Luke Keary nor is Sandon Smith the biggest kickers in the comp. They're turning the ball over. Pretty good field position for the Melbourne Storm. We're trying to work our way a little bit further downfield before kicking.
Munster playing it. Go down the short side. Meany. Munster. Liero passing before the line. Hughes to Pappenhausen. Inside to Solomona. That's a strong carry from Big Nelson. Analate offload back to Grant. Hughes. Melbourne building. Munster. Dummy to Hughes. What's he doing, Cam? He's everywhere.
He doesn't know.
And if he doesn't know, how does the opposition know? Here's Hughes on the last, kicking forward Xavier Coates. And it's with Meany. Meany puts a kick. And May's there to clean up for the Roosters. And he's going to be trapped in goal. Drop out coming.
Yeah, they got the right result in the end that they wanted, which is a dropout. They're going to get the ball back. But they could be 20 in front. They had a lot of ball down this end of the field. And in the end, good result.
Yeah, and you seen the captain, James Tedesco, he come out and questioned that contest there from Xavier Coates, thinking that his player, Dominic Young, was taken out.
Let's look at the contests. Knock on Roosters.
First.
Knock on by James Tedesco. Grenakin says he can challenge. He's not going to challenge. It's a Storm scrum feed. Melbourne Storm will be scheming here. They've got the centre field scrum on the Roosters 20. Telstra is the proud naming rights partner of the NRL Telstra Premiership and has been backing the game for 20 plus years. There's the scrum feed. And now they're 8 away from the line. Grant the dummy half. King. Offload. Boy, they're getting some offloads away, Melbourne. Grant, though, wrapped up. Pappenhausen. Asafa Solomona. Melbourne peppering the Roosters line. Can they find a way through? Hughes stepping. Oh, juggle there from Katoa. Leniu with the tackle along with May. Just lost a bit of momentum there, Melbourne. Grant. Munster. King running onto it. Good tackle down low, Tupanua. Last play. Grant to Munster. He looks to run because he dummied the kick and he's going to be caught with the ball. That's a changeover.
Yeah, pretty good defensive set there by the Roosters to hold on. The Storm, they threw multiple challenges at them. And now this is where the energy gets sapped out of you. They've spent the most part of the last 10 or 12 minutes taking the ball at their own try line. Big carries now.
Yeah, and this is where you need your outside backs to chip in and have a run. Crichton has a big. Billy?
Yeah, a couple of big plays from Terrell May. Made that tackle on Cameron Munster, but also cleaned up that kick from Nick Meany in the end goal. It was a timely replacement from Robinson.
Manu with a late offload to Watson. Smith tries to sneak through. Howarth was there to make the tackle. Keary stepped outside the 40 before kicking that one straight down to Will Warbrick. And Warbrick, half an opening. Good kick return there from the New Zealander. Coates. Pappenhausen a dummy half. McDonald's, fresh legs for Melbourne. Alec McDonald will play it. Grant, Liero, Hughes now. Pappenhausen inside the Meany. He throws it inside the Hughes. Great footy from the Melbourne Storm.
Oh, that's beautiful rugby league. Beautiful rugby league. And the Roosters, they're gassed. They are dead set gassed, and they just can't put it. And when a bloke like Ryan Pappenhausen bursts onto the ball with the pace that he's got, then it's nearly all over Red Rover. On the Harvey Norman replay, just look at the difference. Pappenhausen hits it at speed, puts a spurt on, and that's enough to everyone chasing. And then Jerome Hughes back on the inside. Beautiful stuff by the Melbourne Storm.
Yeah, nice little play by Melbourne. They're up and about. Jerome Hughes there, he's very happy with that 4-pointer. But just what happens there is they play that little clump of players. Then the ball goes to Pappenhausen. He goes the afterburner and really stretches that defence. And it was once again putting Angus Crichton under pressure. He dropped Nick Meaney off underneath. And there was the space for him to go through. A nice little offload of Jerome Hughes. Good set piece there by Melbourne. Billy?
Yeah, it was the structure and the speed that created the opportunity for Melbourne. But then it was the continuity of this right-hand side. You see Pappenhausen, he knew Meaney was dropping underneath him, and then when Meaney found the space, he knew his halfback was going to be pushing through the middle. And Jerome Hughes is having a wonderful season. He's the favourite for the Dally M medal. And he's been a big part of why the Melbourne Storm are in the position they're in. That was a great play by the right edge, speed and structure.
Simple one for Nick Meaney from right in front. Storm in front by 6. Jerome Hughes with the Storm's second try of the night, putting Melbourne in front on the one converted try. King. Down to you, Freddie.
Yeah, what a pleasure it is sitting on the sideline. This crowd and atmosphere is unbelievable how loud they are, especially when the Melbourne Storm score a try. I think Melbourne are renowned for their tactics and getting them on under pressure. Both times they've attacked the Roosters line, they've gone through Angus Crichton's left hand. You see it strapped up. He had an incident earlier in the year. He's missed on both times, so that's where they keep going.
Let's look at Angus Crichton on screen. Unstuck for Pappenhausen, and it was forward.
Yeah, not much in it. Not much in it, but I think the ref got this one
Offload
right.
to forward, mate. Clock on.
Just, yeah, goes forward off the hand.
Yeah, they tried a little set piece. He's looking pretty dangerous, isn't he, Cam Munster, with ball in hand. They tried a little set piece down that short side, where he usually passes back on the inside to Pappenhausen when he originally receives the ball, but he showed, almost got through.
Heads down. Clock off. Hold.
Roosters scrum feed. Just in their own side of halfway. Suoliti. Toe was down low.
Here's the Westpac red zone. The Storm, well, they didn't have much ball early, but they fought their way back. They've got double the amount of play balls inside opposition 20, 12-6.
Smith to Tupanua. Law, King in the tackle, along with the arrow. Watson to Smith. Smith goes to Keary. Keary to Crichton. Good tackle down low. Hughes. Katoa over the top. Watson. Now Keary. Looking to really inject himself into the game. Suoliti to Tedesco. And he's wrapped up by McDonald's. Keary goes in the dummy half. Smith under pressure. Gets a kick away. And it's taken there by Coates, but he had his little toe in goal, so we'll bring it out for a 7-tackle set. Tap from the 20, Coates to Pappenhausen. Is he off and gone? He gets a pass away to Howarth. Young is there, he slips away from him. What a try! The Melbourne Storm go the length Jack Howarth with the 4-pointer.
You know what that is?
Tell us.
It's Champagne Rugby League. That's what it is. It's beautiful to watch from the Melbourne Storm. And once again, that man Pappenhausen, the ball at speed, caught them all unawares, and Howarth did the rest. On the Harvey Norman replay, that smart play as well from Xavier Coates. The referee claims his foot was over. It looked pretty dicey, but look at this. Pappenhausen's on the charge already. Bang. Back's turned by the Roosters defence. You can't do that. Dominic Young does so well. Chased one and then just could not run down Jack Howarth. Wonderful, wonderful try.
Yeah, and that's 4 or 5 players just playing their role for the footy side. It started with Cam Munster. He come out and put kick pressure on Sandon Smith. Then Xavier Coates has the mindset just to put the foot on the try line to get that 7-tackle restart and the start from the 20-metre line. He races out in field, finds Pappenhausen, Jack Howarth backing up. Great team play by the Melbourne Storm. Billy?
Yeah, didn't Jack Howarth and Ryan Pappenhausen reward the effort of Cameron Munster and Xavier Coates? Look, Xavier Coates, the presence of mind to put his foot on the try line. That's a 7-tackle set starting from the 20. And then they go straight into the attack, the Melbourne Storm. Xavier Coates, he taps the ball. Look at the fullback, Ryan Pappenhausen. He just looms up. He finds the space. And Jack Howarth, well, he's taken a little bit of time to get into the NRL, but he's a big lad. He's got good footwork, and he showed plenty of speed to do the remainder. What a play, Jack Howarth.
Wow, what a moment. What a final stride for Jack Howarth. Nick Meaney, no goal.
Just don't set your own. Just keep having a look for me. I reckon you're setting up short.
10-point lead for the Melbourne Storm. Just over 8 minutes remaining in an action-packed opening half.
Come on, stay behind.
And that was a great effort by Howarth. He put on a little stutter or a little goose step there right at the end, and it worked. But also Dominic Young, fantastic chase.
Did you ever put a goosey on? Goose step, Fat?
We've got vision of one, don't we?
I had nothing. Donuts.
Didn't you do a goose step in the try you scored for the
What try?
for West Panthers? At
The 76 metre job.
Pure speed, please.
Tomorrow night, the Panthers will face off against the Sharks in a blockbuster preliminary final at Accor Stadium. Witness 2 finals powerhouses battle it out to secure a grand final berth. Secure your seats at nrl.com/tickets. Here's a penalty, Melbourne.
Look, hasn't this game has changed? Early on, Roosters, 3 penalties in a row, all the ball, score a try, and from then, it's just been the Storm. They regathered once they got to 13 men, and this could get ugly. The Roosters, at the moment, they're just not going with them. Missing a lot of tackles. They need to lift. They need half time's what they need.
More defending to do here for the Roosters. Meaney. He'll play it. Grant to dummy half. Katoa. What a season he's having. Lisa Katoa, the former Warrior. Grant. Liero. Lovely pass. Munster. Nice little offload there to Blore. All wrapped up on the Roosters 20. Nervous times for Trent Robinson. Munster. Almost got an offload away. He'll play it. 10 away from the line. Tui Kanakamita. He stopped. Tupanua did really well down low. White was in there over the top. Hughes kicks. Keary knocked it back. And the Roosters have got it now through White, but that's great play there from Keary to save the day.
Yeah, desperate play by Keary, now a penalty.
Kick chase offside.
Okay, late call, that was kick chase offside.
Alec McDonald's offside.
So it doesn't really matter, but if they were onside and Keary doesn't bat that ball down, that could have been a set restart, drop out. They just
behind the line.
Need to find something here. The Roosters, they played the last 25 minutes pretty much down in this half of football. This is all they've been doing. Just hitting the ball up into the Melbourne defensive line.
They've been the best attack in the competition throughout 2024, the Roosters. We know they've got points in them. White plays it. Butcher to Keary to Crichton. Crichton, oh, if he could have found Suoliti, he was through. To Desco. Nice pass. White to Panua. He's wrapped up by Coates. Watson. Butcher wrapped up. Last play for the Roosters. Watson goes to Keary. Keary says, let's go high. Kicking for a contest. Tedesco bats it back. Still the last, batted back. Keary. He looked to kick, but all of his chases are offside. He throws it out the back, and the Storm have got
knock
it.
on here, it goes into the back. Then a knock on Melbourne. It touches you into a Storm player. Your ball.
Storm play the ball, knock on by Roosters. A lot of pressure. They put a lot of pressure on their kickers tonight, the Melbourne Storm.
Back here, left side.
I just want to make mention of that left-hand side defence by the Melbourne Storm on that. What was it, play 3 or 4? Only a couple of tackles ago. That looked for all money. That was going to be a line break down the right side for the Roosters, but they all backed each other up. They followed each other in. Xavier Coates ended up making a big tackle.
Katoa. Stopped by Crichton and Butcher. Grant. McDonald's. Storm go once again into Roosters territory. Liero dummy to Kamakamita. Terrific hit up there by Trent Liero. Munster. He kicks. Young's underneath it. That's a great take. Terrific take, Dom Young. Under enormous pressure. Hit hard there by McDonald.
Yeah, it was a great take by Young. Under all sorts of pressure from Sean Blaw. Oh, and this is where the Melbourne Storm gets you. They frustrate you to the point where you step outside of your game plan and you try and come up with an out-of-the-box play like that one from Suoliti, trying to shift the ball from your own end inside your own 20-metre zone. And this is where they pounce. You know, it was Connor Watson running from dummy half. Crossfield running in that part of the field always brings danger.
Pappenhausen will feed the scrum. Grant waiting patiently at lock. Goes to Katoa. Katoa, Keary was there, but he almost got straight through there, Katoa. Suoliti did well in the end to help out. He's 5'8". Now Grant. Nowhere to go for Harry Grant. Katoa to dummy half. He'll go on his own and be stopped. Burn a couple of tackles here, Melbourne. Roosters need to hang on. 2 minutes left before half-time. Hughes has options, goes to Munster. Set restart. That was late in the tackle count. Munster plays it. Grant to Hughes. Hughes to McDonald. Young Alec McDonald gets the legs pumping. May makes the tackle. Well, too well to hold on here, the Roosters. Yeah! Jerome Hughes has a double.
And that's what the 6 agains will do every time. It's just fatigue setting in for the Roosters. They've done so much defence in the last 15, 20 minutes. They're buggered. And that was just lazy, awful online defence. The Harvey Norman replay will show it. There's no way that Jerome Hughes should get through that defence.
Jerome Hughes. What a season he's had so far. 11 tries. Just look at him take that line. See that space there? Luke Keary gets up off the line quite hard. Angus Crichton, he's trying to defend. He's double defending a short runner as well as Hughes out the back, and that just opens up that space. And yeah, I'll back up what Fatty said. Halfbacks, they really shouldn't be scoring those type of tries, just running over the top of two defenders. But it's clearly a target area for the Melbourne Storm that they've identified during the week.
5 tries in his last 3 games for Jerome Hughes. Meany looking to convert. And it's there. And that will be half-time. It was all the Roosters early in the half, but Melbourne have dominated the back end of the opening half.
Here we go. Let's take you back to our commentary team. Peter Pasaltis is back to you.
Thank you, Danica. The Roosters, the #1 attack in the competition throughout 2024. Can they find their way back? They've got plenty of players who can break a game open. Plenty of defending to do early on as Kamikamica reached his own 20 in the kickoff return. Ball for the Melbourne Storm. Former Tiger playing it. Oh, there's some contacts. Good shot by Manu. Liero had a brilliant first half, will play it.
The rest said go back, he went back an inch.
Pappenhausen. He'll play it on the last. Hughes. There's plenty of height on that kick. Tupou underneath it. Seems an age ago that he scored the opening try of the contest. Paul and Cam, if you're Trent Robinson, what would your message have been at halftime?
Lift.
Okay.
Look, no, they're obviously the 6 against hurt them, and they look tired. But their first up contact is not being good tonight in defence. There's a lot of arm grabbing, so they've got to fix that. They've got to fix their defence to start with.
Yeah, a bit of discipline. They come into this game as the most penalised, and they've got the most set restarts against them this year. But also, yeah, they're tackling. They're giving the Melbourne Storm some good opportunity to play the ball quickly, particularly these tackles here where their big wingers get involved. There's another one. Look, there's a cheap, 11 or 12 metres for Cam Munster, and they're just on the back foot the whole time.
Warbrick, tackled by Crichton. Melbourne.
And if you look at that, they're not even moving up now. And we're in the first minute of the second half.
Liero. Last play. Grant to Munster. Munster looked inside, saw Hughes coming through, puts in a kick. Hughes knocks that on. Or does he? It's with Ball.
That's a knock on.
Yeah. He let the play go, Grant Atkins.
Okay, mate.
Just to see how it finished.
We're going to knock on.
Yeah, as you said, Salty.
I'm going to knock on off Melbourne. Can we review contact on Harry Grant on the way through?
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why he let the play unfold. So everyone's on side.
Kick chase from Melbourne has been cleared as onside. Nafahu White stops in the line of Harry Grant and takes him out of the contest. This is the first infringement. And the ball is knocked on by Jerome Hughes. The penalty for an escort will stand. We have a decision.
Was Harry going to play a part, though, in that play?
No.
He's running escort.
It was all Jerome Hughes. That's simple as that. There was no one else involved.
He doesn't get there in time. Takes a runner out.
Danica, you got a very special guest and a very big Melbourne Storm fan in Dylan Orcott.
Yes, that's right. Melbourne Storm #1 ticket holder. He's back from his Olympic and Paralympic duties. You're watching on tonight. You must be loving this scoreline.
I've almost lost my voice already. I was a bit nervous early on in the first 10 minutes, but incredible 25 minutes there at the back at the end of the first half. So feeling good, but I'm still a bit shaky. So hopefully we can get it done.
Are you confident enough? Have you booked your flights to Sydney for next week?
I might have booked one in case before. I didn't want to jinx us though, so hopefully we get to use them. But yeah, the Storm's such an awesome club. I've been involved for a long time actually. I used to train over the road at tennis, and I used to do some work at the Storm, and they always used to help me in the gym, and just a lovely group of blokes. So yeah, hopefully we can get it done.
Do you have a favourite amongst them?
Oh, I'm just a team man. I get around everyone. Good mates with Harry and a few of the boys, but yeah, it's so good to be able to back. Do you know what I was doing during the Olympics and Paralympics? I might have had the phone up on the desk watching some of the Storm, so it's a bit naughty, but yeah, very exciting.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you potentially in Sydney next week.
Can't wait. Go the Storm.
Back to you, Salty.
Thanks, Danica. Thanks, Dylan. All good watching the 9 Now app while you're working, Dylan. No need to apologise. The boss has cleared it. Early penalty goal in the second half to the Melbourne Storm. We'll look at that escort penalty. Roosters restart through the boot of James Tedesco. 3 converted try lead for Melbourne. Kamakamita. Fijian will play it. 12 away from his own line. Grant goes into dummy half. 100th NRL game tonight for Harry Grant. Played a few at the West Tigers. Here he is, Grant, scheming. Now, one thing with Harry, he made his debut, Paul, in 2018, round 11, Harry Grant, against Manly, as Melbourne looked to shift. His next game came the following year in the last 6 minutes of the season. As Jerome Hughes puts a kick downfield, the bloke next to us just wouldn't give him a go.
How come he didn't get on till 6 minutes to go?
You didn't want to come off, Cam.
Well, that's when Craig said, mate, come off. I didn't like coming off the field. Nor does Harry. I watch Harry play. You want to stay out there and play 80 minutes, but...
You were meant to have half a game each.
No,
we were meant to be rested.
Did you speak with Craig?
I spoke with Craig and Frank Panisi, who gave you up. Might be something coming post-match too for you. Watson. Butcher. Now Smith to Tedesco. Teddy finds Manu. Kenny Manu. Ignite the team, but that's a good tackle from Howard. Set restart. Young to Tupanua. Tupanua tackled on the Storm 30. Manu. Now Smith. Roosters looking to build. White. The Fahu White. A terrific year. Watson to Smith. Smith to Kiri. Kiri is quite running onto it. Great tackle. Hughes and Katoa. 12 away from the line. It's with Tedesco. Now May. The Roosters score the first try the second half, and they're back in it.
Oh, that's better footy by the Roosters. They're actually running with some zest. They're charging onto the ball. And he's a good player, Terrell May. Really good. He spun out of that tackle nicely in the Harvey Norman replay. A couple of big hits. Good run by Crichton, a couple of tackles before this. And that's just pure determination. They've got a sniff.
Yeah, nice hit back there by the Roosters. Down by 14. We're down by 12 after this kick from Suaalii, but nice interchange of passes. Good footwork around the middle. If they get a couple of quick play the balls and a bit of a roll on, they're a dangerous footy side, as we spoke about early in the match. They scored the most points out of any team in the competition this year, so they've just got to get some more opportunity down that end of the field. Freddie?
Well, he's having a game, Terrell May. Joseph Suaalii makes it 2 tries, converted the difference. Come up with some big plays in the first half, and come up with the beauty there of James Tedesco, always poking around the middle of the field near the goalpost. And Terrell May busts a couple of tackles. He's having a game.
2 converted tries the difference. They had to be the first team to score in the second half. Yes, they conceded a penalty goal, but the opening try of the second half going the way of the Roosters. Good kick return there by White. Impressive young forward, isn't he, Nafahu White?
Yeah, he's very good. Good size. Runs the ball hard. Hard worker. Made a big impact to this forward pack this season.
He's the try scorer, Terrell May, the only Rooster to have played every game in 2024. Crichton. Now Watson to Keary. Boy, points brings energy, doesn't it? Here's Suoliti. Last play. Keary. Kicks for what he's hoping is going to be a contest. And there's a knock on. It's been picked up. That'll be a try to Butcher. Back to back. The Roosters.
No try, got an escort.
And if it wasn't game on before, it certainly is now.
Well, here we go. At half-time, it was all the Melbourne Storm, and you thought, well, they're just going to go on with this one at home. But the Roosters, 2 tries in the space of 2 minutes. Harvey Norman replay. Joseph Suoliti, he's given Nick Meaney a few issues tonight when he's run the ball. We just see the chase here off the kick of Luke Keary, who's down there. Manu, Tedesco, Sandon Smith.
Wow, they're back in it, Fat. Just like that, the red, white and Bluesters making a game of it. It's just, look, simple. They're starting, they're running stronger. Tupanua, Crichton and Terrell May, they're just all running faster and stronger. It's good play, very good.
He's 6 points in it in just a moment. Well, whatever Trent Robinson said at half-time, it's worked so far. And if all he did say, Paul, was lift, they certainly have done that. Suoliti converts.
Just wait, Ryan.
Nat Butcher, the second try of the second half for the Roosters. It is a 6-point ball game. There's some strong defence. Oh, offload there from White to Suoliti. Bellamy. There's look at the try scorers. All those tries, 4 in a row to Melbourne after they conceded early. And now the Roosters have got 2 of them back. Grand final qualifier on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Tedesco. Oh, he nearly slipped through. It was a good tackle down low by Liero. Watson, good hands. Keary to Crichton, back to Keary. Keary, lovely ball. Tupou inside to Suoliti. It's been shut down by Meaney. Last play, Roosters. Oh boy, this is a different side in the second half. Smith, they're all calling for it out wide. Manu will jump. Young will jump. Manu got the jump. The ball comes free.
Hand
He
over 10 by
nearly
10.
got there, Joey Manu. Desperate Storm defence on the end.
Oh, and they're just holding on the Melbourne Storm. That was very nearly another 4-pointer to Joey Manu. Jack Howarth there to save the day for Melbourne. Hasn't this game changed quickly?
This is a different team. The Roosters Can they maintain the rage?
Well, points bring extra energy, and when they scored that first try in the second half, you can see they almost turned into the Energizer Bunnies, the whole 13 of them out there. The defence has actually got better.
Munster stands in the tackle. He'll play it on the last. Hughes will kick. Tupou underneath it. That's been knocked back. Oh, hang on. Now they've got it. Fresh set of 6. It's with King. Right place, right time. Grant Hughes, he's on a hat-trick. He gets it. He's at third. Jerome Hughes scores for Melbourne.
And that's a bit of a stopper. However, great play again. Jerome Hughes, he's got to be the Dalian Player of the Year. And he's kept the form going all through the semi-finals. Magical, tough little play on the Harvey Norman replay. You know, they were going to score one way or the other, and in the end, he just went himself.
Yeah, to come off the back of what was a shallow kick by Jerome Hughes. The ball was allowed to bounce. Angus Crichton, he jumped up and tried to bat the ball back. There was purple jerseys everywhere. And you're thinking, if you can go up and get 2 hands to it to bat the ball back, you probably should just try and take possession of the football, particularly when there's so much danger around you. But Jerome Hughes, that's his second hat-trick in 3 games. Billy?
Well, Cam, when the game's not going your way, you want to increase your effort. You just saw the effort from Will Warbrick here to get through the defence, create a contest and tap the ball back. Then anything can happen. You get a bit of luck and it starts going your way. It happened for the Roosters before. It happened for the Roosters before when they chased a kick. This time, it was Will Warbrick that turned the tide. And Jerome Hughes, he picks up the try.
Have they confirmed this try? They
Yes,
have.
they had to.
My word, they looked like a knock-on in that replay.
From Alec McDonald, but it was on the previous play, so they couldn't go back.
Wow.
We'll have another look very soon. Meaney looking to convert, and he does.
So that try was confirmed, but what happened? This is the tackle before. That's definitely come off McDonald's hands and gone forwards. And then, so there's a tackle made. There it is. No doubt there, his hand's right on it. It goes forward to a player who's offside, and that was let go. And then from the next play, the ball, Melbourne scored, but you can't go back to that, right? Because that tackle's complete. Yeah.
Big moment. Massive moment. There he is, the culprit, Alec McDonald. Now, Wishart's on there. Get around the shoulder, says Grant Atkins. Does this man stop Cam Trent Liero? He's been huge tonight as Hughes kicks from inside the 40. Tedesco gets across, takes it on the full.
He's a wonderful young player, just starting out really early stages of his career, Trent Liero. As we see James Tedesco, he's down, holding the neck.
So Tyron Wishart is a player we'll look at here. Is there a hint of a crusher tackle? Yes, there is. There's a penalty.
It's been reviewed. It's on report.
And on report.
That's an easy get, isn't it? Players just, well, you know what, got me in a crusher, hasn't it? But you know what? I'm just going to stay there. Gives the bunker time to have a look at it. Bang, penalty.
Over the last couple of weeks, though, we've seen referees asking the player to get to their feet, but that time there was a little bit of doubt in the incident of the tackle.
Crichton. What will the Roosters' response be? Set restart. Smith to Tedesco into Manu. Munster all over Manu. Radley. Keary. Plays in motion. Oh, that was slick from Suoliti to Tupou, but well read by the Storm defence. Crichton. Keary. They're asking some questions now. Radley to Smith. Smith wrapped up by Blore. Watson. Keary. Tedesco. Lovely pass, Tupou. Storm defence doesn't panic though. They got across in numbers. 2 tackles left in the set. Keary into the line, goes to Watson, and Watson is hit hard. Stands in the tackle. It's the last. Someone needs to get into dummy half. Victor Radley does. Keary. Now May. Not a bad kick. Munster cleans up. He'll be rolled in goal, will he? Second effort. Second effort penalty, Melbourne.
He's on the ground.
They couldn't resist.
The
referee
stopped.
also called held. So he's on the ground as soon as he lands on his back. That's a tackle. That's completed.
Hughes will shoot for touch.
On the line.
Howarth. Tries. Blore. Ooh, Joey Manu limping. Came out of that tackle awkwardly. Wishart. Keep an eye on Joey Manu. Liero. Done it to those players to his right. Takes the line on. Stands in the tackle. Good meters there for Liero. Munster dummied inside to Wishart. Gave it to him. Might have been a try for Tyron Wishart. He was through. Hughes. Good take, Young. Drifts across field. Risky pass to Aliti. He's in a bit of trouble in back play now, Dom Young. He's back to his feet now, joining the action. Tupou will play it. Roosters flat-footed. 3 passes across the line and made 6 or 7 metres forward. It's good contact again. Katoa on Crichton.
No, it's great line speed. You just seen Crichton.
Tedesco.
He picked Crichton out. He's seen him going one out with the football. So Eli Katoa just line him up. There he is again, putting kick pressure on Keary.
Pappenhausen. 25 away from his own line. Warbrick. Tackled on his own 30. An error in the play the ball from Will Warbrick.
Will we see a captain's challenge maybe? I think they're going to challenge.
Okay, we've got tackle 2. You don't want a challenge.
Oh, hang on a minute.
He's withdrawn the challenge.
Harry realised it was
Through the challenge.
Harry knows the rules.
Centre, clock's on.
His winger's not happy.
Oh, he's not happy. He's been a blow-up.
Scrum's here.
I think it did hit his boot.
No, good decision though. That would have been ruled a knock on. He placed the ball on the boot of the Roosters player. Oh, Craig.
A couple of Panadol, please.
Come on, Craig.
A quarter of the game left. Roosters with a scrum feed. Manu. Joey Manu. Munster all over him again. It's turned into a good battle. Smith. Radley. Inside the Storm 20 go the Roosters. Watson. Keary plays in motion. Tedesco. Oh, yeah, too many options. through dummies and lost the ball.
Oh, Ali Katoa, well done. Tedesco, he's so dangerous on that sweeping play out the back, looking to try and create an overlap on the outside, but it was Ali Katoa. He chased him down, tackled him from behind and knocked the ball loose. Huge play. Just hit the arm and knocked it free. Big play for the Melbourne Storm.
Bouchard plays it. 19 minutes remaining. 2 converted try lead for Melbourne. Through the hands they go to Howarth. It's a full lead in Melbourne. King.
Obviously haven't had a lot of sun down here in Melbourne over the last few months.
He's still got the plumber's crack happening. His backs are down nearly around his ankles.
Tedesco.
I could park a bike in that.
Oh dear.
Salty. Something.
No, we're good. He's Tedesco. We'd love to show Jack Howard, but there's kids watching. Here's Smith. Might be a trend. Watson. Maria Hargreaves. Tackled on the halfway line. Keary on the last. Crichton inside Tedesco. Flicks it out the back on the bounce. And Hughes has got it.
Well, they're only 2 tries down. Plenty of time left. There's 17.5 minutes. I think that was the right play to try and run on the last and force your hand. They just needed to kick that long, make Melbourne come off their own try line. Now instead the Storm tackle 3. They're only 40 metres out.
Munster. Howard. He's fixed the shorts up. He's tackled 29 away from the Roosters line. Quick play the ball as well. Hughes. He's already got 3. He stopped 10 metres away from the line. Grant to Pappy. Ryan Pappenhausen scores for Melbourne, his 2nd try of the game.
Yeah, 2 good, smart play. Harry Grant. He had 1 marker in play, and that was James Tedesco. Watch this on the Harvey Norman replay. He just takes off to his left. Gets Tedesco chasing, and there's a big front rower there, Jared Weir-Hargreaves. He just couldn't make up that space. This is where they've been found out on a few occasions tonight, the Roosters. There's been one defender, he's been working, chasing that ball runner, and the ball's been turned back inside. And that inside defender, he just couldn't make up the ground that was left, and you really got to be on your game there, particularly when the ball is turned back inside to Ryan Pappenhausen.
Yeah, he's a dummy half specialist. And, you know, Harry Grant, he just loves it when there's 1 marker or no markers. And Connor Watson had made the tackle, but just wasn't up to getting back on side or marking up. And they just took advantage of that. Billy?
Well, the Pappenhausen play was the money play, but it was a 3-play sequence. They just worked over the one area. They turned Jack Howard back in on the inside. This play here, work in the middle of the field over. He plays the ball quick. Then Harry Grant, he gets out, picks up his halfback, Jerome Hughes. He plays the ball quick, and that's where they leave a defender on the ground. Number 9. Defender on the ground, there's space in behind the ruck. They make the space for themselves, and they take advantage of it.
Meany converts. 3 converted try lead now for Melbourne. Now the Sharks have broken their finals hoodoo, but can they keep the G train rolling? It's only the greatest team of the modern era, Penrith, in their way for a spot in the grand final. Tune in tomorrow at 7, live and free, right here on Nine's Wide World of Sports. 7 o'clock tomorrow night from Accor Stadium. Penrith to make their 5th grand final in a row. Won 3 in a row. Lost to Melbourne in 2020. Melbourne could well be there again, but still time for the Roosters. 15 minutes remaining. Grant goes to dummy half.
And just from memory, South Sydney, the last team to do that, make 5 grand finals in a row, 67 through to 71.
You go through the scores and results from all 5 of those since it's off the top of your head.
I know they lost in 1969 against the Tigers. They beat Manly in 1970.
Well, he knows because he was playing first grade then, wasn't he?
Please.
Veteran,
I was 4. Team.
Tupou, good take.
Well, let's just see what the Roosters have got left. They got it back to what, 6? And it would seem to be it's out of their reach, but yeah, it looks like they run out of gas. But you know, one more try now would spark them, that's for sure.
A few of their key attacking players could well be playing their last game, so they'll lift. Manu's one of them. He went to Keary. Keary, he's playing his last. Tedesco finds Tupou, and the Storm have got it, but there's a knock on. What are they going to rule here? Just the knock on. Just
so what's in the offside? The fella who...
Because he goes back behind the point where his last touch.
That's what Luke Keary was asking Grant Atkins.
He's our squad.
He just made something up then.
Well, Grant Atkins said he went back behind the point where the ball...
However...
Well, that last play, that's what the Roosters need more of. Joey Manu, he flipped sides, got involved, ball playing out the back to Tedesco. If there any chance of a fight back.
That Radley run gets them inside the 30. Smith, Manu. He found Tedesco. Manu heading out over to the left. Keary goes to him. Manu. He is everywhere at the moment, Joey Manu. Keary. There's a nice little step from Leniu. Well read by King. 10 away. Watson. Well, Munster wasn't falling for that dummy. Too smart, Cam Munster. Manu to dummy half. Goes to Keary. Keary kicking for Tupou. And the Roosters have got it. First knock on Melbourne. They'll get a stump feed here, the Roosters.
Oh. Will Warbrick, he did just enough to get up there and compete for that ball against Daniel Tupou. You see here, the ball goes high. Great kick by Keary. Angus Crichton, well, he knew there was a knock-on by the Melbourne Storm. He tried to get the ball away to Suoli'i. Now, what can the Roosters come up with here on the scrum? Billy?
Well, it's just over 11 minutes to go in this game. 3 converted tries down. The Roosters, they need to strike now. I'm thinking their fullback and captain, James Tedesco, he's got to be heavily involved in this set.
Smith goes to him, Billy, a tap onto Young. Young, he'll do well to stay in the field of play. He does just. Smith goes in the dummy half. Manu. He's getting plenty of touches. Maria Hargreaves. Watson the dummy half. They're 10 away. Manu. Keary. They've got numbers here, the Roosters. And is it knock on there by Tupou? No. Yeah, there
he did.
Got the
bounced off his hand. Yeah.
Knock on Daniel Tupou.
Oh, they're going to challenge.
Okay, well, we've got a captain's challenge from the Roosters. Coming into tackle 3, live decision of knock on. They're saying it went backwards.
Rolling the dice here on a captain's challenge, the Roosters.
Just need to determine which direction the ball goes from the touch off Daniel Tupou.
Well, doesn't that...
Goes back.
It goes backwards. What do you mean you have to determine? The ball continually travels backwards.
It goes back.
At no stage it goes
From
forward.
the touch of the hand, the ball continues to travel backwards.
Yes.
We're on the same page.
Daniel Tupou takes possession of the ball and the whistle is blown. This is a mutual infringement. The challenge is successful.
Successful challenge.
Tackle 3. Daniel, you got to play the ball.
Paul Vaughton and Cameron Smith all over that one. Well, no surprise Cameron was, given the amount of games he refereed, but...
Come on, Salty. Westpac red zone. They're still out in front. Storm. They're going to bank a couple here, though, the Roosters. Play the balls inside 20. 22 to 15.
Maria Hargreaves plays it. 20 away. Keary. Suoliti. Last play. Keary. Now Radley. They've got to go through the hands here. Smith. Great pass. Radley. And it's been knocked on.
On the ground, pulling it at the
Yeah,
end.
dragged it forward. Ali Katoa. The Roosters will get a scrum feed.
He knocked it on
Yeah.
the end. Roosters ball.
He's facing back to his own try line, but he dragged it forward to himself. And when you do that, you actually propel the ball forward to the opposing, to your goal line to knock on.
Oh,
Let's go, please. Let's go.
get the scrum fed. What a sight there. Amy Park
Stop, scrum clock, time on. Right.
from high above. Manu. Has that gone backwards? No, it hasn't. That one hasn't. Forward off the hand of Sandon Smith. They tried some razzle-dazzle off the scrum, the Roosters.
It's on the back of that Manly try that was scored a couple of weeks ago. Jerry Evans scored it. They've tried about 8 of them tonight, and not one of them's worked. But even I've heard Anthony Seabold on radio saying, well, it wasn't my move that. He said, but they tried it 8 times at training and didn't get it right once. And they did it in the game and it worked.
Well, you just seen there Trent Robinson. He was saying, challenge it, challenge it. He feels as though that ball went backwards off Sandon Smith. I'll tell you what, it would have been close.
Just over 9 minutes remaining. King. They'll continue to ask some questions, the Roosters. But it's not only the scoreboard, but now the clock is well and truly in favour of the Storm. Now, Josh King has got some claret coming out of the nose.
Okay, it's a head clash. Tackle 2.
Head clash, says Green Atkins.
Back here. Time on.
Crichton in the tackle. Important defence needed now for the Roosters. Katoa. 2 tackles left in this set. Munster with a run. Hargreaves in the tackle along with Tupanua and Radley. Last play. Hughes kicks that one down to the wing of Tupou. Takes it on his own 10. Gets it out to the 20 before driven back 4 or 5 metres. There's a good kick chase. King was there along with Katoa. Three tries needed, 8 minutes remaining. Do they have it in them, the Roosters? Oh, goodness me, no way through there. A wall of Sean Bloor and Nelson Asafa Solomona. Maria Hargreaves struggling to get out of their own end now, the Roosters. Keary, short to Crichton. Crichton flicks it out the back. It's all knocked back by the Roosters, but it doesn't matter because Melbourne have it.
Yeah, and the Roosters, they're the plays that they have to try and come up with here. Josh King's going to go for a blood. They've got to clean the blood off his face. Plenty of blood coming from the nose there. But yeah, they have to. That's the type of footy they've got to play now for the remainder of this game. Just over 7 minutes. Christian Welsh with his first touch. Melbourne Storm, though, they're up by 18. They're 7 minutes away from the grand final berth. The key position players like Munster, Grant, Hughes, they just need to close this one out in a professional manner. No risky plays, make your tackles, and your sets with good kicks to corners.
Last play. Hughes, been brilliant tonight. Puts in another very good kick for a contest. Tupou's knocked it on. And this
Knock on off them. Then it touches
penalty,
Melbourne,
but
so
they're
he's
going
not
to play the
offside.
knock on.
First one,
He'll
Roosters.
touch the Melbourne player on the way through to Crichton. So they'll play the initial infringement, which is a Roosters knock on.
Challenge from the Roosters. Live decision of knock on Daniel Tupou.
Captain's challenge.
The first touch is by Will Warbrick. Just need to look at perspective to see which way the ball goes. Will Warbrick knocks on into Daniel Tupou, who then knocks on. The challenge by the Roosters is successful.
Successful challenge.
Time on, Roosters still have their challenge. Play the ball there.
They'll get a play the ball on their own 10-metre line. Now, fresh from Olympic success, our Australian swimmers head to Adelaide for the Australian Short Course Championships. A ticket to the World Aquatics Championships in Budapest is on the line. It's streaming this weekend, exclusive, live and free on 9 now. They're still inside their own 20, the Roosters. Crichton plays it. They're stacked out to the right, but Victor's had a look and he's knocked on, and the Storm have got it. Law will play it. Munster. Welsh. Away from the line. Munster goes short to Blaw. Blaw inside the Roosters 10. We'll play it 6 away from the line. Grant to Munster. Munster with a dummy! And Cameron Munster sends the Storm into the 2024 NRL Grand Final.
And that put a bit of icing on that cake. They're into the grand final. They've carved the Roosters up. Simple try. Still won't smile. But just easy. And Munster's had a really good game tonight. Jerome Hughes has been outstanding, but Munster's not far behind him. Every time he's run, he's been dangerous on the Harvey Norman replay. And this time he's particularly dangerous. A dummy, off he goes, a little hurdy-gurdy, and it's a try. And that's how they love it. They love it.
Yeah, he's been threatening all night, hasn't he? Particularly with this little show and go. On this occasion, he got big JWH. And Victor Radley, he's been brave. We all know he's carrying that shoulder injury, but he just couldn't make up the ground. And Munster, at some point, you just knew watching his game tonight. At some point, he's a happy man. At some point, he was going to break that Roosters defensive line. Billy.
Well, I think back to round 10 at Magic Round up in Suncorp Stadium, and Cameron Munster's season looked over. He went down with a groin injury. It looked like he was going to require surgery, and he's come back. He's fit, he's healthy, and he's happy. Now he's in a grand final.
And Billy, Harry Grant converts. Danica, what a crowd.
Oh, an unbelievable crowd here tonight. It is wall-to-wall purple. In fact, we've just been given the official crowd figure, 29,213 here tonight. That is just about 100 short of the record crowd at Amy Park.
Yeah, what a crowd. Now, Harry Grant took that kick and we thought it might have been a celebratory gesture, but Nick Meaney is limped from the field, so keep an eye on Nick Meaney. Post-match is Christian Welsh. Down here, Billy.
Yeah, Nick Meaney's come from the field. He's gone up the tunnel, and so has Jerome Hughes. So we'll try and find out exactly what's going on there and if there's any issues.
Oh, they're fine. Come on, Billy. He's just gone for an early shower, Hughesy.
So the only Storm players that have played in grand finals, Pappenhausen, Asafa Solomona, Welsh, Hughes and Munster. It's been somewhat of a grand final drought. They haven't played in one since 2020. Used to playing in plenty of deciders. The Melbourne Storm is Munster again. Stepping, look at this. Cameron Munster, so elusive. 5 surviving players from their 2020 premiership winning team.
Field goal.
Pappenhausen with the field goal attempt. Charged down by Docker Clay. The Roosters have got it inside the last 3 minutes. And Paul, regardless of who Melbourne play next week, whether it be Penrith or Cronulla, they're going to be a tough side to beat.
Well, you know about it. They've set the bar all year. And, you know, I know they've won easy, but they ground them down in that first 20 minutes. Simple as that. And the Roosters had a brief flash, didn't they, in the opening 4 or 5 minutes of the second half, but then it stopped. That was it. The Storm just resumed normal activities and shut them down.
Smith to Keary. Out of reach of Tedesco, but Suoliti cleans up. Watson. Now May to Tupanua to Young. Kicks over the top on the bounce. It sits up for Xavier Coates. And Coates. He's eventually stopped. Danica got news for us.
Yes, it doesn't look too concerning for the Melbourne Storms with Nick Meaney and Jerome Hughes coming off. Jerome Hughes had a bit of a neck issue, but it's just more bumps and bruises. And Nick Meaney, it was a calf complaint. It could have been cramping in his calf, so he's good to go.
Thank you, Danica. Wishart. 90 seconds remaining. Next time we see the Roosters, there'll be a different looking lineup in 2025. Suoliti departing, Manu, Maria Hargreaves, Tupanua heading to the Bulldogs, Keary going to the Super League. Here's Pappenhausen. Last play. Wishart kicking. And well, it ends up back here with Grant. Harry Grant, 6 more tackles for Melbourne inside the last minute. They go for one more try here, Melbourne.
Well, that man
with
will.
Munster.
That man will.
Yeah. King. Stop 10 away from the line. 30 seconds left. Grant in game 100 goes to Munster, who has a double. Put it down, Ken. He runs to the crowd. What a player. Cameron Munster scores.
No, it's wonderful work from Harry Grant also. He scooped that ball up. Did he scoop it up one-handed and just took off towards the defensive line, which attracted, it got the eyes of a couple of defenders. Harvey Norman replay. Yeah, one-hand pick up. And you see all those players turn in and, oh, the footwork by Cam Munster. That's what all the young people, Fatty, they say breaking ankles. They broke Tupanua's ankles there. Away he goes. Cam Munster, what a player.
Takes off. He takes off. Beautiful step. Takes off. Get out of here. That's unbelievable. Well done to Cam Munster. He and Jerome Hughes, 2 of the stars tonight. But their back row is as good a back row that's in the comp. Bloor, Katoa, Larira. Fantastic players.
It'll be Tyron Wishart to convert the try. Melbourne Storm into the grand final. It was game on when the 18-point halftime lead was 16-point halftime lead, extended out to 18, but then it was whittled down to 6. But the last half hour has belonged to the Melbourne Storm. This is the last play of the first of the grand final qualifiers. Wishart converts. Celebrate Melbourne. Your team are into the 2024 NRL Grand Final, and they've done it in fine style. A force to be reckoned with next week at Accor Stadium in Sydney. Craig Bellamy has done it again.